Hello again. So, we're up to chapter 22 in The London Eye Mystery. Let's get on with it. We slept for what was left of that night. When I woke up, freshening winds had moved in from the west. Light rain pattered on the window. The lilo on the floor was empty. I imagined where the clue of the strange man with the ticket might lead, and how it might fit in with the theories left on the list, depending on how you look at it. I remember my thoughts from the night before, about how things could go clockwise and anti-clockwise at the same time. There was a tangle in my head. Kat came in, wriggling into her fur-collared jacket. It was tight for her. First one arm and then the other went up into the air as she squeezed into the sleeves. "I'm off, Ted," she whispered, "to get the photos blown up before anyone notices. Back in an hour." She put her finger to her lips, picked up the photo packet containing the negatives and went out. I looked across at my desk. The photos of the clothes on the washing line were scattered over it, and I could see jumbled images of Dad's tartan shirt, pinned up by the shoulders and cuffs, and Mum's black long-sleeved t-shirt upside down, and Kat's school sweatshirt, and Dad's boxer shorts, and 3 of Mum's bras and my pyjamas. I put the photos into a tidy pile and lay back on my pillow. The cool air from a front across London fanned my forehead. I imagined the weather satellite picture, a jumble of patchy cloud looking like the jumble in my brain. That's what I need, I thought. A bird's eye view from a satellite, a geostationary satellite, 36,000 kilometres above the Earth, can beam down images in seconds. It measures the heat of the clouds and the surface temperature of the sea. It tells meteorologists what's happening and can help them to understand the approaching weather systems and to make predictions. Then I remembered, even a geostationary satellite can be 2 things at once, still or moving. It stays in the same place in relation to the Earth's surface, but only because it orbits at the same speed as the Earth's spin. Clockwise or anti-clockwise, male or female, half empty or half full, stationary or moving, depending on how you look at it. I groaned and dug my head with its swirling brainwaves under the pillow. Mum and Aunt Gloria's voices called up and down the stairs. There was no sound of Dad's voice. My clock said 9:02, which meant he'd gone to work. Then Rashid's voice came up from the kitchen. I smelled toast. An hour went by. I got dressed. I put on the shirt I'd worn the day before and the day before that, but I didn't think Mum would notice. At 10:05 I crept out onto the landing just as Kat's shape appeared through the frosted glass of the front door. It opened slowly. Kat was sneaking in with her key. She saw me at the top of the stairs and put her finger to her mouth again, but Mum must have heard her. She appeared from the kitchen before Kat could get up the stairs. "Where have you been, Kat? I didn't say you could wander out when you felt like it." "Hi, Kat," I said. "Did you get it?" Kat stared at Mum and then me. "My compass," I said. I went downstairs and tapped Mum on the elbow. "I think it dropped out of my pocket yesterday. Kat said she'd have a look in the front garden for me." "Oh," Mum said. She ruffled my head. "I didn't know you'd lost it. Sorry, Kat. I thought you'd got off somewhere. Did you get it?" "No," Kat said. "I hunted around the bushes. Nothing." "It was only a cheap one," I said, "but good at tracking the wind direction." "Maybe," Mum said, "when all this is over." She paused and shook her head. "If this is all ever over, we'll get you a new one. And something for Kat too. If you both stay quiet and calm while all this..." She stopped, shrugged, shook her head, and returned to the kitchen. Kat looked at me. I looked at her. "Go, Ted," Kat whispered. She punched me in the arm so hard I nearly fell down the stairs. "Never thought I'd see the day you lied." We went upstairs to my room, and Kat took out a large card envelope that had been stuffed up her front. "The man in the shop," she said. "He knows me now. He blew up the pictures for me in less than an hour. Here they are." She ripped the seal and took out 2 large prints. One was of the strange man who'd sold us the ticket. His face was blurred but recognisable. With his stubbly chin, dark eyebrows and high forehead, he squinted into the light. The other was of 3 torsos, but the middle one was his. You could recognise a shabby leather jacket, a hairy neck, a black t-shirt or sweatshirt, and his fingers with a roll-up cigarette in them. The jacket was open and flapping. We could see some of what was written on the shirt in white lettering. Ontley Ecur. The beginnings and the ends of each of the 2 words were cut off by the jacket. "A word game," Kat murmured. She sat at my desk and grabbed a piece of paper. "We have to find out what words have those letters in the middle." She covered out the letters and looked at them. To the right of the I, do you see, Ted? There's a downward stroke and then a bit of a diagonal. Perhaps an N. I can see the alphabet in capital letters. Could be an M. Maybe, but somehow I think it's an N. She taps her pencil. I heard her muttering bont, cont, dont, yont, and so on until she came to zont. Then she threw down the pencil. Hopeless, she said. What about the second word? I said. Maybe it's recurring. I thought of recurring because my favourite number is 3.3 recurring. I like the way the 0.3s go off into infinity, like a chain of gods. Recurring. Hey, that would fit. She wrote down the word and muttered it under her breath. She looked at the word in silence. You know, Ted, I've been having one, she said. What? A recurring nightmare. Every night since Salim went. What happens in it? She shut her eyes. First I'm in a morgue, and there's this boy lying on a slab, and I'm too frightened to look at his face. Then suddenly I'm in a pod on the eye. It's turning fast, faster than it really does. It speeds up. I'm looking out. I can't see anything. It's foggy and white mist everywhere. Then the eye stops. At the very top it stops. And the glass? What? The glass dissolves, Ted, and I'm falling through the white spokes, like through a cat's cradle. In the fog, I can't see where I'm going to land. Her hand went to her throat. A dream, Cat, I said. She shook herself. Yeah, I know. She looked at the letters inside. If it was recurring, the ring would go too far to the right. The G would be under the armpit. She wrapped the pencil on her knuckle. Why do people have words on clothes, Ted? I don't know, I said. It looks funny people walk around like signposts, or billboard adverts. It's not my idea of style. Especially with those joke t-shirts like fragile goods handled with care. She grinned. But I don't think this is a joke t-shirt. It's only 2 words. You get ones with the names of universities, I remembered. So you do, but probably not. There'd be a crest or something. A design or motto to go with the college name. If it is a college, would it help it knowing it? How do you mean? You can buy those sweatshirts anywhere. You might be anybody. There's this boy in my class. He has a sweatshirt that says Oxford University, but he's too young to go to Oxford, isn't he? Kat's head went back into her hands. She groaned. This is a waste of time. On the other hand, I continued, there's this other boy whose mum picks him up from school and she wears a t-shirt with Gardens for the Disabled on it. The letters circle around a big daisy. And it's the organisation where she works. Kat's head came up. True, she said. Otley Ecure, she muttered. Is it where he works, or a club or something? Something he's part of? Something that just might lead us to him? She looked at the fuzzy torso, the faded white letters. She leaps up like a jack-in-the-box. Security, she yelled. Sorry? The second word, Dumbo. It's security. My head went off to one side. He works in security. Security, I agreed. I was impressed and disappointed at the same time that I hadn't seen the word before Kat. What about the first word? Kat sat down again, frowning in concentration. Ontley, she muttered like a mantra. Kat, I said, there's something I don't understand about photos. Shh, she said and continued the mantra. Why aren't the letters the wrong way round, Kat? Hey, you know, when you take a photo, why don't letters appear back to front like in a mirror image? She didn't answer. Ontley, she went. Then she stopped. What did you say? I said, why aren't the letters? I stopped. Kat was staring at me, her eyes large and round, her mouth open. Sorry, Kat, I didn't mean to put you off. No, she said. But what she was about to say was cut off by an ear-piercing screech from downstairs. Hey, chapter 23 to come soon. I hope you're all having as much fun as you can, and you're doing a little bit of work, and that you're taking care of yourselves and the people around you. All right. Bye.